one of the things that Girard's approach has also done, besides the atonement, is it helps us think differently about some really old and tired ways of thinking about nature. This has especially been emphasized by James Allison by saying natural theology is often used as a weapon in the discussion about LGBT issues, as a way of just saying we all know what is natural, and we can sort of know how to exclude from the Christian community based on what we know of as nature. But Allison says, along with Girard, that our whole perception of what is reasonable, what is natural, has all been shaped by a sort of misapprehension through a sort of scapegoating way of perceiving the world. And Christianity is trying to help us see what truly is, to see nature more accurately. And so that's why there is this discourse in the church about what is natural, what is true nature, apart from our distorted lens of seeing it. And so James Alison has been trying to, I think, do something different than the liberal approaches to LGBT questions, which have tended to just say the church needs to accept the LGBT person. James Alison has been saying, no, we shouldn't just accept what people have tended to think is wrong. We need to deeply rethink what we see as wrong and what our version of nature is. And that there are reasons to think that maybe we have to rethink exactly what we mean by nature and homosexuality. Now, that's a question that I think will maybe continue to be worked through, and will take some time to think about what exactly is a sort of natural and healthy form of sexuality. But this is an approach that is very frightening to some of our more trenchant ways of thinking about sexuality. But there's something in mimetic theory that has recognized that our cultural norms, our idea of what to do and not do, have been largely thrown into question by the gospel. I mean, it was St. Paul who said, do not taste, do not touch, all of these boundaries and taboos that you think are normal don't get the point. And so Paul very dangerously says, well, it is true that not everything is beneficial, right after he says everything is permissible. How do we do this kind of tension between recognizing that a lot of our taboos and prohibitions are mistaken, but also we have to find out still what are beneficial ways of living? So that is a way in which James Alison is, I think, throwing into a deeper contemplation about an openness to the potential health and sanity of homosexuality in the church.